In the grand theater of human history, few moments are as monumental as the exodus of the Israelites from Egypt. It didn't begin with fanfare. No parades, no banners, no speeches, just footsteps. And a nation was on the move. Pharaoh calls Moses in the middle of the night. "Go," he says, "take your people, take your flocks, leave." The final plague had broken Egypt's pride, and now freedom was no longer a promise. It was a command. Israel gathers, quickly, quietly, with unleavened bread and borrowed gold. The journey begins. When I think about an Exodus moment in my own life, it brings me back to my decision to leave my home country at the age of 20. I remember standing in my parents' living room, hugging my mom and dad goodbye, promising them that I would make them proud and never forget my roots. My dad even told me, "Don't come back unless you've made it big," which only made me laugh. But also, deep down, I knew I wouldn't return empty-handed. The funny thing is, we always know why we're leaving, but often have no clue why we're returning. But there's something so powerful about this image of thousands of people leaving quickly, quietly, under the cover of night. There's a beautiful sense of urgency, a hush of excitement mixed with fear. And it's precisely in this atmosphere that the essence of transition, of letting go of the past and stepping into the unknown, truly resonates. But did you notice something remarkable? God could have delivered them after the first plague, after the frogs, after the hail. But he waited. Because timing matters. This wasn't just about escape. It was about transformation. The Exodus wasn't just a departure, it was a declaration. Here's the twist. The Exodus wasn't just physical, it was spiritual. They weren't just walking out of slavery, they were walking into identity. For 400 years, they were Hebrews in Egypt. Now, they were a people of covenant, marked by blood, led by promise. The movement wasn't just geographic, it was generational. Scripture says a mixed multitude went with them, not just Israelites, but Egyptians, foreigners, seekers. This wasn't a clean break, it was a messy miracle. Because when God moves, he draws more than expected. Deliverance is contagious, and freedom has a ripple effect. Then something extraordinary, a pillar of cloud by day, a pillar of fire by night. Not just a symbol, a guide and a presence. God didn't just send them out, he went with them, because freedom without direction is just wandering. They carried unleavened bread. They carried bones of Joseph. They carried gold and silver, but most of all, they carried memory of oppression, of miracles, of mercy. Because the journey wasn't just about where they were going, it was about what they remembered. We all have Exodus moments. Times when God says, "Go, leave the old, step into the unknown." But the question isn't just where we're headed, it's who we're becoming. Freedom isn't just release, it's redefinition. And sometimes, the journey is the birthplace of identity. So let's explore this journey, unpacking the profound truths that lie within this remarkable Exodus narrative. First, the suddenness of their departure. Imagine waking up one moment living under the shadow of Pharaoh, the next moment receiving the unexpected news of your impending freedom. This sudden shift mirrors those times in our lives when doors swing open unexpectedly, presenting us with new opportunities or unforeseen challenges. It's a reminder that life's turns can be sudden and we must be ready to embrace them. Second, the silence of their exit. Picture a nation slipping out of a mighty empire unnoticed, moving away from the very jaws of captivity without drawing attention. This teaches us about the quiet power of strategic withdrawal. Sometimes our greatest growth moments happen when we step back, observe and strategize, much like the Israelites likely did during their 400 years in Egypt. It's a lesson in finding strength in stillness, recognizing that not every move needs to be loud and in your face. Third, the speed of their movement. Imagine tens of thousands of people, their animals, their possessions, all moving swiftly towards an uncertain future. This rapid movement mirrors the pace of change in our world today. From technological shifts to economic changes, we live in times where things evolve rapidly. This demands adaptability, a willingness to learn and adjust quickly. Just as the Israelites couldn't afford to tarry, neither can we. Each step, each choice accelerates us toward our destiny. Fourth, the Passover meal. Remember the Passover meal when the Israelites put lamb's blood above their door, marking their homes as those to be passed over when death visited the land. This act symbolizes protection and remembrance. In our lives, it reminds us to acknowledge the past, to remember our struggles and the lessons they hold, and to recognize how far we've come. Fifth, the staff of Aaron. When Aaron's staff blossomed, it signified not just divine favor, but also a change in leadership. It marked the official transition of Moses' brother from priest to leader. This is a powerful symbol of how roles can shift and evolve in our lives, how God often calls us to step into positions we might not have initially sought. Sixth, the pillar of cloud and fire. Picture this majestic, otherworldly presence guiding the Israelites both during the day with a cloud and at night with a fiery column. This symbolizes God's constant guidance and protection. It reminds us that when we walk with God, we don't navigate life alone. He is our compass, our strength, and our solace. Seventh, the journey's duration, 40 years. This extended period of transition serves as a reminder that journeys of growth and transformation often take time. It's a biblical lesson in patience and endurance, teaching us that while the destination is important, the process of getting there is equally crucial for our development. Eighth, the role of the Red Sea. The parting of the Red Sea is a dramatic moment symbolizing not just a physical escape, but a spiritual liberation. It's a testament to God's power and His ability to create paths where there seems to be none. This event reminds us to trust in divine intervention, especially when faced with seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Ninth, the importance of remembering. The Exodus wasn't just an event. It was a story to be remembered, recounted, and passed down through generations. Remembering their oppression, their deliverance, and God's faithfulness was essential to their identity. This teaches us that our memories, especially those of struggle and triumph, shape who we are and how we view the world. Finally, the theological significance. The Exodus wasn't merely a historical event. It was a theophany, a manifestation of God's power and presence. It set the foundation for the covenant between God and His people, shaping the course of not just their history, but the history of salvation. This event reminds us that our faith is rooted in divine acts of deliverance, empowering us to trust in God's promises even when we don't fully understand His ways. Theological parallels abound with Christ's death and resurrection. The Exodus becomes a foreshadowing of spiritual liberation, making it more than just a historical event. It transforms it into a timeless symbol of redemption. Understanding these nuances enriches our faith, reminding us that each event in Scripture is multi-layered, holding profound truths waiting to be discovered. As I conclude this exploration of the Exodus, I want to underscore the universal relevance of this ancient journey. The themes of liberation, identity, faith, and hope resonate deeply in our contemporary world. In a time when many of us are navigating our own personal Exodus moments, whether it's leaving difficult situations, pursuing new dreams, or seeking spiritual liberation, the lessons from the Exodus become a source of guidance and strength. If you've ever felt trapped, hopeless, or unsure of the path ahead, take heart. The story of the Exodus is a beacon of hope, reminding us that deliverance is possible, transformation is real, and faith can move mountains. I hope you found this mini-series on the Exodus enriching. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Your support means the world to me. Let's keep these enlightening discussions going. What's your personal takeaway from this episode? Which aspect of the Exodus resonates with you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Also, remember to subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Dive deeper into faith and life's big questions with us. Until next time, may the spirit of the Exodus guide you, sustain you, and inspire you to keep moving forward.